How we can apply the cosine rule to solve the triangle? The side angle side is the given. Notice that we cannot use the sine rule to solve the side angle side. As we can see in given 15, that I have the included angle A between the two sides AB and AC, and I have given the small side C and the small side B, which is equal to 20. So the requirement is how to find the side A first and then solve the triangle. And I mean by solving the triangle is to find the length of the three sides and the measure of the three angles. So let me remind you that I have the given angle A is 60, B is missing, C is missing, A small is missing, B small is 20, and C small is 30. I cannot apply the sine rule. Cosine rule is two parts. The first part I apply to find the side, and the second one to find the angle. We are going to take it in the second example. First, if I wanted to find A, I say that A square is equal the sum of the square of the other two sides minus twice the product of two sides and cosine the included angle. And I can write it directly that A is equal root of B square plus C square minus 2 the product of B and C and cosine the included angle. So A is equal root B square 20 square plus C square 30 square minus, I prefer if you can open a bracket, 2 by 20 by 30 by cosine the included angle, which is equal to 60. By using my calculator, I will figure out that the value of A is approximately root of 700, which is approximately 26.5 to the nearest tenth. So A here is 26.5. Then the second part, to solve the triangle and find the measure of the angle B and C, is to apply the sine rule. What is the sine rule? Is a ratio between the sides and the sine of the opposite angle. So 26.5 divided by sine 60 is equal B divided by sine is equal B, and B here given is 20, over sine B is equal C, and C is 30 divided by sine C. So I need to figure out the measure of the angle B. I can write B in one step directly. It's inverse sine of the cross product of 20 and sine 60 divided by 26.5. So what the measure of the angle B by using my calculator is going to be 41. And notice here I'm not going to find the obtuse and acute one, because the triangle is drawing. By using the sine rule, I will figure out directly the measure of the angle B. To find the measure of the angle C, I don't have to use the sine rule. All what I have to do to say that 180 minus the sum of angle A, and the angle A is 60, and the angle B, which is equal to 41. So because the sum of the interior angle of the triangle is up to 180, so the measure of the angle C is 79 degrees to the nearest whole number. And here I used the cosine rule to find the length of the side, and the given was side angle side. How we can use the cosine law to find the measure of the angle if the given is the three sides? Solve the triangle ABC, where is A small is 6, so the length of the side A is 6, B is 9, and C is 4. So let's start by drawing the triangle. A, B, C. A small is 6, B small is 9, and C is equal to 4. I may change the place of B and C. So this is look bigger. So this is 9, so we make it, this is C, and no, this is B, and C here, so it's 4. So as we can see, we can't apply the sine law. So I'm going to use the cosine rule to figure out the angle. We start with the greatest angle in measure. How do I know that B is the greatest angle? Because it's opposite to the greatest side length. So I'm going to write that cosine the angle B is equal sum of the two sides A and C square minus the side B divided by the product twice the product of A and C. So I can say that cosine B is equal the side included the angle B, so it's a 6 square plus 4 square minus the opposite side square divided by 2 by 6 by 4. This value as a fraction give me negative 29 divided by 48. So if I wanted to find measure of the angle B, I use cosine inverse of negative 29 by 48 divided by 48. This is approximately give me 53 degrees. So measure of the angle B is equal to 53. Now I need to solve the triangle. I know that A is unknown, B I figured it out 53, and C is unknown. And A small is 6, B small is 9, and C small is 4. So I'm going to apply the sine law. So here I applied the cosine law to find the angle, and here I'm going to apply the sine law to solve the triangle. Sine law is a ratio between length of the side to the sine of the opposite angle. So 6 over sine A, which I don't know, is equal B, 9, divided by sine 53 is equal C. C is 4, divided by sine the angle C. So I want to find measure of the angle A. So sine A is equal cross product between 6 and sine 53 divided by 9. This is approximately equal 0.5324. By using my calculator, inverse sine of 0.5324, this gives me approximately 32 degrees to the nearest degree. Finally, the sum of the interior angle of the triangle is up to 180. So if I wanted to find the measure of the angle C, it's 180 minus the sum of 32 and 53. So I can figure out that the measure of the angle C is equal to 100, and it's equal to 95 degrees. How we can use the Heron's formula to find the area of the triangle. We have studied that I can find the area of the triangle by using the sine law, but now if the given is the three sides of the triangle, I can figure out the area without finding the measure of any angles. Heron's formula, it says that area of the triangle is equal S multiply S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C. As we know that A small and B small and C small are the length of the sides, and S is half the perimeter of the triangle. Half the perimeter of the triangle. Let's start directly with the first example, example number 4. Find the area of the triangle whereas A is 12 yards and B is 16 and C is 24. I'm going just to sketch a triangle here, so it will help me to solve. A and B and C. A small is equal to 12, B small is equal to 16, and C small is equal to 24. First, I will find the perimeter of the triangle, and the perimeter of the triangle is the sum of its sides. The sum of its sides. So I'm going to add 12 and 16 and 24. And 12 plus 16 plus 24 is equal to 52. So the small s, which is half the perimeter, is equal half of 52 equal to 26. Let's apply the rule together. Areas equal root 26s times 26 minus the first side, which is 12, multiply 26 minus the second side, 24, multiply 26 the third side, which is equal to 16. By using my calculator, I will figure out this is root of 7,280. He nearest square yard mean to the nearest whole number is equal to 85. So now I have two rules to figure out the area of the triangle. One of them is the sine rule if the given is two sides and the included angle, and the other one is the cosine rule if the given is the 3 sides. So 2 sides are included angle, I will use the sine law, and 3 sides I'm going to use the cosine.